It is Saturday. I'm doing my cardio. Just got done having a good week of students to train hands-on in Houston, Texas to be freight dispatchers. And so the constant conversation that I keep running into with people who are starting trucking businesses is people don't know what the heck they're doing. You cannot be on YouTube, think you understand how to run a trucking business, and expect to be successful, okay? I need the people in the chat to understand something. 80% of people fail with having a trucking business within the first year. The average person spends $15,000 to start the trucking business, to only fail within the first year because they have bad information. Okay, I just made a post on my wall. I've made millions, which is not impressive. I'm gonna say it again. I've made millions of dollars in trucking, having a trucking business. And that is not impressive because one truck can put up $200K in a year. So if you have a trucking business for just a few years, you can make millions. But the question is, how much do you actually keep? So when people don't understand how this works, local, regional, over the road, how long over the road, when can you be regional, can you do local, how much is your cost, what is your fixed cost, your insurance, IFTA, compliance, insurance audit, ELD, how to run ELD, how to be compliant, how to have maintenance. They don't have a mechanic. They're not mechanically sound. They don't know how much money to save every week. They don't even know how much to pay themselves every week, every month. They don't have a percentage. They don't know if they're profitable. None of that stuff, right? They just think this guy on the internet, on YouTube, said, I can make $5,000 to $8,000 a week. So I'm gonna go quit my job, borrow money from every person I know, start this business, take a leap of faith, and I'm gonna make all this money. That's why 80% of people fail. So if 80% of people fail in doing something, don't you think it would be wise to try to figure out why? Come on, chat, let's talk about it this Saturday. I'm doing my cardio. Let's talk about it. Don't you think it would be wise to talk to a person who has a lot of experience in trucking, the questions, then listen to the answers, especially a person who has experience in your equipment, to make sure you're getting the proper information, right? So to me, it seems like it would be common sense. Good morning. It seems like it would be common sense to get accurate information from somebody, but obviously not. And that's so baffling to me on why that's not common sense. Okay? Does anybody know why common sense is not that common? Right? So this is a huge problem that we have. Okay? And this is what I'm gonna spend the rest of the year with: consultings, mentorship, in-person classes, talks, subscribers. I'm gonna start showing everybody behind the scenes stuff, little by little by little by little. Talk about what you can do for insurance. I'm working with a couple of different insurance people that's gonna start talking to people about the different regulations, the changes, compliance, all the things right? But I just think it's so interesting, and I want to do this more for Q&A, to just look at this. So I'm gonna stay live and do my cardio for just to look at this thing and to see why it is what it is. This is my point. Okay, so like I'm excited. I haven't really been making direct content for carriers and trucking businesses for the last couple of years, just because people don't listen, just because people are hard-headed, and generally the women are the ones that are coming to me for their husbands, for their boyfriends. So I say, you know what? Dudes don't listen. Dudes are hard-headed. So I'm gonna stop talking to them, and I'm just gonna focus on only dealing with the ladies, because the ladies actually want help. This is why I generally focus on the freight dispatching and training people. Good morning, Cash. So this is why I generally focus on the freight dispatching, what I teach, even though I have the trucking, because it got frustrating to always have to scream and holler almost at a dude because they can't listen because of their pride and ego. They're just willing to just make their whole family fail because they don't listen, right? So to me, that's crazy. So let's think about it like this. If I have 10 people call me regarding trucking, 8 of them are women calling on behalf of their husband. What sense does that make? Like, I never am able to be able to understand that. Your husband, your boyfriend, your uncle, your cousin, they want to have a trucking business. They tell you they're going to do X, Y, Z. Then they refuse to get information. So then the woman is the one running around seeking information. I tell the lady what certain things are. She says, okay, let me write this down and go tell her. She'll follow up 3-4 weeks later, he don't listen. Then all of a sudden, 90 days later, they started the business because his homeboy told him something. His homeboy think he know what he's talking about. 90 days later, they failed. And now half the time, the woman now is trying to support her guy. She put up some money. She invested. And now both of them looking stupid because he don't listen. All right. Thank you, Cash. This is the reason why I stopped it in 2021. But now we have other opportunities. Things are coming. I'm going to be a vendor for a large company. So I said, you know what? Let me get back to this for the rest of the year. We just had our dispatch training class this week. I don't have another one until October. So I'm like, you know, I'm going to take the next couple months, focus my mentoring, focus my content, focus my lives and YouTube and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna focus on the content to talking more about carriers, more about trucking, more about profitability. Oh, matter of fact, we have the free class coming up. I want to say it's gonna be the 3rd weekend in August is what I think. The 3rd weekend in August, right? For a free class. It's going to be in person as well as Zoom to talk about the initial setup process. Because some people are even getting their businesses set up incorrectly, which is crazy to me, right? Because it's just paperwork. But without you understand what a BOC3 is, the authority, are you going to be intrastate or interstate, the proper insurances, the differences in the coverages. Are you gonna be power only? Do you need interchange insurance? What's the least amount of insurance policy you can have? $750. Brokers require $1 million. Why is it so hard for a new authority to get freight for the first 6 months? Can you age an authority now? What does that even mean? What kind of inspections do you need when brokers want you to have 1 and 2 inspections? So on and so forth. So we're gonna give as much free information as we can on our call. That's for the free if a person signs up. Okay? So what I'm gonna do is all the people that sign up for the call, I'm gonna tell them you better go sign up for the YouTube channel too. We're literally 19 subscribers away, 20 subscribers away on the YouTube channel for me to give a person a free course away. So I'm hoping to give this course away for free or a free 2-hour mentorship to somebody, one-on-one. I hope that happens before the end of this month. So if I can get the 20 subscribers, as soon as I hit 500, I'm gonna go look, find me a person, reach out to them and say, do you want a free digital course or how to be a dispatcher? Or would you like to have a 2-hour call with me and it's regarding whatever you want to talk about? Business, social media, trucking, freight dispatching. I even have a landscaping business, right? It's completely up to the person who wins. Okay? Any questions that I can answer? But again, the whole premise of this for the day, as I get my cardio in for the day, health is wealth, right? That's real talk. Coming out here trying to make this money, I need to live to be old and in good health to use it, okay? So in that regard, it doesn't make any sense. None. Zero. To be asking a person trucking business questions who doesn't have a current or recent trucking business. How in the world do you think their information is accurate when they're telling you what they heard from somebody else, from somebody else, from somebody else, because they don't actually have the real life experience? Chat, does that make any sense? That's like you asking a person they never been married about marriage advice. Asking a person who's never had kids about kids. Asking a person who doesn't speak other languages to translate something for you, right? It literally doesn't make any sense. So the reason why it doesn't make any sense is because everyone is hustling. They see a play, they get excited, they say, you know what? This is an opportunity to make some quick money. And this is why they make quick money for a year, maybe 18 months, maybe 6 months. Then all of a sudden it falls to pieces because they have not established a real business, a business model, leadership, structure, standard operating procedures, marketing, back office support, hiring, proper email campaigns, proper Facebook ads. Everything is just a trap to try to get a few dollars, but nothing is based at a systematic approach. That is not sustainable. If it was, every person you know in business will be somewhat successful because you're gonna work to 80 to 100 hours a week. That's not the problem. The problem is that you're working in vain. Working in vain. You cannot expect to have leadership and structure from a person that doesn't have any in their regular life. You cannot expect to have questions answered and insight between a person who does not don't understand what you're talking about. It doesn't work. Everything is short-ended. Jazz, good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for tapping in, okay? Please ask any questions you would like. Any questions. It's funny because sometimes I come on weekends because I know it won't be a lot of people in the chat. And sometimes those are the best conversations I have because there's not a lot of people in the chat. More than, I know if I go 7 to 9 o'clock in the morning, from 4 to 6 p.m., or after 8 p.m., it's gonna be a lot of people. But sometimes the flow isn't as good. So definitely ask your questions. So you can see the topic on the back, right? As people are coming out here getting advice from people that are unqualified. So it doesn't make any sense. So since 2016, I made millions of dollars having a trucking business. And then today, that's still not impressive, okay? And the reason why it's not impressive, and this is why people get in trouble when they don't understand profit margins, is an average business that has a trucking business is gonna make probably about 40% profit margin, right? All the bills, insurance, truck notes, it just depends, right? That's why you gotta get with somebody and they gotta break your profit down for your business, because every business is different, right? So let's say you take $100,000, okay? No, let's go back. Let's use $1 million, okay? Because I said I made millions. Let's say you take $1 million and you make $400,000, because 40% of $1 million is gonna be $400,000. Y'all following me? I wanna make sure I don't run down the street, or maybe y'all can hear me. I know this treadmill is making noise. I wanna make sure y'all got me. Y'all know how I do? Okay, good. So, $400,000. If you hire a driver, because everybody thinks that they're gonna put somebody in their truck. If you hire a driver to work for your trucking business, you should pay them like 25%, right? So that means you gotta get a driver $250K. That means you left over with $150, okay? $150. Now, with that $150, you had to now take care of maintenance, trucks, truck notes, all that. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, let's just say that did work, okay? Let's just say, for the sake of argument, you kept 150. That's cool. Now, remember, what was the top number? You had to have $1 million, right? That $1 million that you had to have made you 150K. Now, depending on the equipment type, the loads, direct customers, load boards, right? Depending on exactly how your business is set up with the gross that it made, you may, with that 150, have 3 trucks or maybe 6 trucks. I'm gonna say it again. To hit $1 million, that could range from anywhere between having 3 trucks to 6 trucks. If each one of the trucks costs $50,000, do you even have enough amount of credit, down payment, money, banking relationships to even get in debt that amount of money to even hopefully make that amount of money, right? That's the problem. So these are the conversations that need to be had one-on-one with a person before they go out here and start a business. So you have a person get in debt, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, $200,000 in debt, and they won't pay a person $500, $300, $125. They won't pay somebody to tell them what they actually need to do in order to be successful, but they'll run out there and take a leap of faith, which is the stupidest statement in the world, when now we live in the age of technology, information, smartphones, coaching, mentorship programs. There's no way today that a person could be ignorant the way they were in 1972, 1985, 1997, right? That's when you had to pay a person $10,000 for them to even talk to you. Now, since there's so much competition, so many avenues of information, you can pay a person a few $100s and they'll walk you to the finish line of everything you need to do, because at the end of the day, you still have to be the one to follow directions and do what was instructed. No one can do the work for you. So this is the part that's crazy, and we, as a community, still don't acknowledge this. We refuse to get educated because we don't really believe that we are the asset. Okay? You are the asset, not the thing, not the car, not the truck, not the trailer. You are the asset. You are the business. You are the CEO. And if you don't have value in you, you're going to make wrong decisions in situations because you don't know what the right decision is to do. And this is why people fail. Okay? So, I need y'all to understand that. I need y'all to hear me with that. I need you to send this to every person you know. I need you to be like, hey man, get on this dude's calendar. I talk to anybody for 10 minutes for free. 10 minutes. Free. We have a class coming up. Free. Then you can decide if you need additional help after that. But I'm telling you, I am pleading with you. Don't come out here. Don't move in ignorance. Because hopefully, in the next 6 to 9 months, trucking is going to turn around. It's been in a little slouch for like 3 years. Every guru, every platform, every freight wave, sonar wave, all these people are telling you, get ready. Trucking is going to turn back around because all the people that came here and started trucking businesses, they failed already. They went out of business, and now freight is starting to go back up to where now it's all literally at the same place it was around 2020, 2021 before it blew up, and now it's going to start going up. So people are going to start all over again. Here we go. They're going to start talking about trucking again. Podcast going to turn back on. People going to get excited, and they're going to fail. So get the education you need. If you don't have a lot of money, you need to try to find a play that requires very little to no money. Don't just go out here and finance everything if you don't understand cost. Oh, matter of fact, I got a $10 class. I'm going to teach the cost per mile calculation, another class again, live on Wednesday. This is the first step you're supposed to take before you think about starting your trucking business. You have to understand what it's going to cost depending on your strategy. So, Cash, you still here? In the comment, there's 3 strategies that you need to know, and I'm going to digress. And those who are listening, go sign up. First, go subscribe to YouTube, because you might win. Then on top of that, go sign for the free class. But there's 3 strategies. Thank you, Cash. Number 1, you just put all 3 on the same row. It's local, regional, and over the road. Number 1 is local. Number 2 is regional. And number 3 is over the road. These are the 3 strategies that you are supposed to know about way before you think about having a truck. Thank you so much. So you have to understand each one of those based upon cost, what you can pay yourself, the amount of revenue you can make, profit margin, fuel, DEF, maintenance, how often you gonna get an oil change, preventative maintenance, all those things that I just described, you can't even talk about until we first acknowledge and lock in, are you gonna be local, regional, or over the road? Then, once you acknowledge what you think you want, the question is, can you actually do it and make a profit? So, if you think you want to be local, and you tell me I got to finance the truck, it's a rental, insurance is $1,900 a month, blah, blah, blah. You go look into it. And you know, I don't have a lot of money saved, but I want to drive. Well, after you decide what equipment type you want to run, then we got to come up with a game plan for you to tell you what you need to do in order to actually be profitable. And this right here is how you get started the right way. So if you think you're going to be local and somebody tell you can't be local, you got to be over the road. So you do over the road and you hate it. Now you need somebody to teach you how to get direct customers. Because once you get a direct customer, not low boy, not a dedicated lane from a broker, but somebody teach you how to get a direct customer. Once you get a direct customer that pays what you know you need to make in order to be local, then you can now get what you have desired to get all along, which is be local, sleep in your bed every night, and you're gonna be good. That's exactly what it is. Exactly. Okay? I got 1-2 more minutes. Any questions? Hit the link, tap in, get signed up. Questions? So again, then if somebody has a direct question that they just need a question, my link is open for next week. My link is open for me to talk to you directly if you have a question. So first time people only that may have questions next week. Okay? Any questions? Sign up, reach out, or sign up for the free class. We're gonna be sending out the email in a couple of days, but hopefully the latest Friday. I'm waiting on one more person to acknowledge if they're gonna be available to come in person to answer questions. So I'm trying to wait for that person to be ready. As soon as I know that, whether they're coming or not, I'm gonna send out the email, I'm gonna do it by myself. But I wanna do this in person for people because the people that come in person are gonna get much more Q&A than people that just are live per se, or they do the Zoom. Okay? Any questions? If everything I say, you're interested about trucking, if you don't listen to this, you don't tap in, there is a 99.9% chance you're going to fail. Exactly. Okay? Okay, any questions? No? Okay. Hope to talk to y'all soon. Get your sign-ups. Tap in with us. Enjoy your Saturday. I might come back on a little bit later this evening if I get my stuff done, because I'm behind. And I'm going to talk about the same stuff over and over again for the next couple of weeks, because I want to drill this thing in people's heads before they come out here and listen to YouTube videos from 4 years ago and do whatever, because they don't understand profit margins at all. Okay? Grace and peace to y'all. Talk at you later.